dropped some of this and stuff there. Got the trailer all swept out. Tarp is strapped down. We're ready to go. But you could see this place is, and all these places, it's not just this place. Real rough on the trucks. They're extremely bumpy. I am in 4. Let's get the air going. I'm hot. Next step is a dump trailer. But you could see, actually it's not bad here. But you could see as I cover the lens. We dumped 2 yards, $43 after tax and whatever, but you can see just the mud pit everything is, and especially off to the side there where it's not as puddly, but this is where you have to turn around. You can see all that nasty, and you turn around where those tracks are, and it's stuff like this right in front of you. I don't know if it's really showing up on camera, but it's just super kind of see there. It's soft. So right after we get past this part, oh yeah, we really just sunk down. And now we could turn this back to 2, because now it's just a dirt, gravelly mess all the way out. But I'm probably close to a mile. At least I'm close to a mile away from the nearest road. So normally these places you have to pay on the way out. They're actually really, the lady was so nice. They're not accepting any more of this stuff. They're full, and they really are. But I had such a small trailer, and this is where it pays to kind of almost be like a homeowner, because you know, you don't look like, you're a contractor, it's like, oh, go figure it out, go to another yard. You're a homeowner, they're like, oh, I hate to make you load all this up and then turn you away. And I don't know if you could just hear the empty trailer banging. I really do need to invest in a dump trailer at some point. I don't really do many of these, so it's not really worth it. But what I should have done is invested in a dump trailer to put the and transport the deer on that. But I could just see, the truck's gonna be filthy, but it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, that's it. But you can see we're just like in the middle of nowhere here. This is we're in I don't want to give the place's name away, but we're in East Fishkill. We're in Hopewell, so southern Hopewell, East Fishkill area. That's all. Let's see, guys, with like huge payloaders working here. And then this is going to be kind of awkward. Hopefully they don't chase me down. The lady at the office said, oh, just leave, you're good. I paid already. But, you know, normally it's a process. You got to go on the scales. But, you know, we're not doing any of that. And, of course, the one day I do that, one day that happens to me, this scale house is completely empty, of course. But it is what it is. Yeah, we're still going in here. I mean, this is, thank you, lady. This isn't even, at least this is all just gravel. Yeah, a few little ruts in it, as you can see, but it's bumpy. It's bumpy. Don't get me wrong. I guess there's a lot more ruts than it's showing. I mean, there's a, you know, a puddle there. We'll try to avoid all the puddles. Kind of, yes, we did. If we can. But a lot of times you can't. Like, you got some big stuff in the road you just got to watch out for. I mean, you know, the truck will go over fine, but, you know, you don't know if they're sharp, and these tires should be fine and be able to handle it, but you don't want to shear a sidewall of a tire or something like that. But we're just going. I mean, this is like, it's eventually going to end soon. But This is why you got to have a good set of tires all the time. And, you know, if you're just doing, you know, towing and not coming into these places, a highway towing, like a tough highway tire would probably work for you. But this is why, if you're coming into any of these places, now granted, they're gonna have equipment and stuff, and there's probably other people in there today. It's kind of empty. It's Monday morning though. I think we're kind of on the back end. It's 9 o'clock now. I got a late start, but actually I think a late start was a blessing because just avoid these big potholes here. And now we're out, and it's so funny. This opens up into like $1 million community. These guys have been here forever. I'm not gonna show the sign, although I'm sure if you pause it, you'll see it. But it's just cookie cutter homes and stuff in here. Where was I going with all this? Oh, you want to have a good kind of doesn't even have to be an all-terrain. It could be like a hybrid between all-terrain, like I don't know, just something even like, you know, the tire I have on now, to me it's not aggressive enough, but I don't use the off-road stuff that much, so it ends up being fine. But you want to have something aggressive enough. So like, these are the Goodyear, the Wranglers, with the Kevlar and whatever, and they're fine. I mean, they would not be my first choice tire, but they are what they are. In terms of four-wheel drive and stuff, they'll be okay. But it's a lot better than, even like the Michelin's are a great tire, but a Michelin's on a truck, you'll just start slipping. And like when you sunk, you know, your heart kind of sinks when you start sinking, because you feel, you know, this truck as set up, I think the weight on it today was 12,000 pounds. So that's the weight of the truck. No, it wasn't. Was it 12,000 pounds? It was close. It was just under. Yeah, it was close to 12,000 pounds. So I'm trying to say if I want to say the weight out loud, because I might be a little over. No, we're goodish. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Just because I dropped it with a single axle, which has a 3,500 pound weight rating. We were kind of towards the top of that, but we're good weight wise. Yeah, so it was right around 12. I think 11.8 is what we scaled in as, and the truck is just under 9. The truck is 87 empty. Empty as in nothing in the bed. A couple things in the toolbox, but not like a full set of tools. But 87 is the truck. The trailer is probably, the trailer's like a little over 1,000. It's like 1,100-ish, 1,200 max, somewhere in that range. So, you know, you have that, and then whatever the load was. So, you know, if you do 87 plus 1,000 is 97. You add in a few hundred pounds, you're just under 10. You're at like 9,900. And then you probably had like 1,700 pounds of 1,800 pounds of stuff, which is you know, it's light enough to pull with something like this, but you realize how quickly those things add up, the weights add up. But anyway, just real quick, gotta have a good tire. If you're dumping anything, even a small amount like I just did, and it's anything more than this is where I'm going to be ballsy, and people are going to be like, no, you're crazy, but I'm not. Anything more than 2 or 3 times a year, I mean, if you're just doing little pickup truck loads, I guess that's a little different. But anything more than 2 to 3 times a year, you're going to want to get a dump trailer. Even if it's a cheap, you know, 10-foot dump trailer, and just use that multiple times, like whatever. But you're going to want to do something like that rather than dump, because I purposely loaded up. I have a 16-foot tandem axle. I purposely took the single axle because I knew it was going to take me 20-something, 30 minutes to unload it. I'm going to be out of breath. It's miserable. I'm going to be out of breath, which I was, which I still kind of am. And that load wasn't even quote-unquote heavy. You know, you do that a few times a year, that's it. You don't want to do anything more. You know, you're gonna want to dump, and I think that's gonna be my next big expense. If not next year, definitely the year after. And even if it's just a small one, ideally, what I think I'd like to do is, I was gonna deck out this utility trailer. I also need to get another mower, so I don't know. But I was gonna deck out this utility trailer with racks and this and that, and I think I'm just gonna leave it as is. Run it kind of bare bones for the next year or two, and then I'm gonna try and sell it. Luckily, these things hold their value pretty well, but if I can just get rid of it and pick up a 16-foot dump, that would be perfect. That's way overkill on a dump than I need, but then I can use that for the tractor, and that's actually beautiful too, because you could drive to your I love that setup. It's not the easiest loading and strapping down and whatever, but if you got that figured out, basically you do that, and yeah, you know, you load it up in the dump trailer, you get to the site, you use your tractor to essentially load brush or whatever to into that trailer, then use that trailer to go run and dump it and swing back for your tractor. That's all done in one trailer, rather than let me deliver the trailer with one, or deliver the tractor on a flat trailer, whether that's a utility trailer, landscape utility trailer, or like a flatbed kind of trailer, and then let me go home, hook up to a different guy. It's less trailers, it's less moving parts, it's less stuff. But anyway, I don't want to make a crazy long video. We got that stuff dubbed. That was just, it's amazing what I did for that. Real quick, I posted pictures. I took the little 1025R, hooked it up to the trail, hook the little trailer up to it, the trailer I have on the truck right now. I just went around my yard, the perimeter of my yard, and all the time when I have like down branches and that kind of stuff, I just throw it on the perimeter where the woods is. And I'm like, that stuff is building up, and we're trying to clear out too. And that's a way over time thing. And actually I'm going to make a point on that in a second. But with that, you know, you did that, like I had that hooked up. I just went around the yard, plopped it in the driveway, hooked the truck to it, gone. That's a beautiful little setup. No tearing or running up the yard, because of how light the tractor and the trailer are. If I tried to do that with my truck, forget it. Yeah, but that was great. And then real quick with the tearing it, this is why you need a dump trailer too, and this is why I'm really taking my time, and it's not really happening right now with the whole clearing the property out. You have so many, like I got like a thorn bush or whatever, I dig it out, right? Not only do you have thorns, which you don't want to deal with, but you don't realize how much dirt and like organic waste from decaying leaves, compost, like that kind of stuff you have built up under there that you're now throwing in a trailer, the amount of weight, that shit is going to be so heavy. And number two, the thorns and whatever, vines, ivies, this and that, you don't want to be pulling that out. That's why you really just want to be able to dump it and go. So that's a big reason for the dump trailer as well. And these are all things that are going in my head going forward. I contemplated, and that still might be the case, I contemplated renting one for the week, but it's like over $1,000 to rent for the week, and it's like $300 for the day. And I wouldn't have it. This place is like almost a half hour from me. It's on the opposite side of Hopewell. It's 25 minutes at least. So then you're 25 minutes, you're an hour there and back, not including dump time, and you're not dumping in 10 minutes. So you're over an hour each time. And, you know, it just makes sense. It's going to make sense in the long run to buy a dump trailer, even if it sits most of the time. But anyway, that's something to think about. If you're full-time, definitely do it. If you're part-time, I know you got to run the numbers and it's a lot harder. That's the spot I'm in. But everybody have a great rest of your week. Go get them, guys. Peace.